All right, part two. I'm back, folks. All right, so this is going to be some real life applications, right? So I talk about if you're a low income earner and you're trying to get ahead of this game, I want you to know it is possible. It may take you a little longer, but let me tell you something, it's worth it. And so there's some real basic things you need to do. And the whole premise is you got to spend less than what you earn or what you bring into your household. And in doing so, you've got to use every possible, advantage, technique, strategy out there to put those dollars to work. Share another quick story with you. I have a sister, she's 72 years of age. She has 2 children. She raised 2 children. She's never, in her working life, she's never made more than $30,000 a year. She and I connected. She connected with me about 26 years ago. She was already a homeowner, and what we did was we used some strategies based on what her real estate holding was. We picked up another property. It's a rental property, paid for itself and paid her a profit. Of course, she got a lot of tax benefits as a result of being a small business owner, renting real estate. But one of the things she used to do, and I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to tell you, we used to give her the blues about this, right? So we would go to her house. We'd all get together as a family every Sunday. As a family, we get together. It's pretty cool. We're a pretty close-knit family. So we go to her house. It'd be like 10 or 12 of us there. And back then, you get bounty, right? And the bounty was, a full sheet like this. Here's no joke. My sister, because she was when you went to her house, in the wintertime, you need to bring a sweater along with your coat because she wasn't turning her heat up above 68. And in the summer, you need to wear light clothes, almost like a t-shirt, because she wasn't putting the air on and cooling the house. If it no cooler than like 78, 76, wasn't happening. Real frugal. But here, long story short, here she is. When she retires, my sister earns more money in her retirement than she did when she was working. Why? Because she started buying CDs. She started buying money. What do they call the daggone thing? Money market certificates, which, kind of is really obsolete now. But she put her money in annuities and investment accounts, and she just saved and saved and saved. Credit is phenomenal, 830 credit score. But here was one of the things that we used to give her the blues about. So this bounty, as you see, this is the new and improved bounty now. But before, she would take the bounty and she would rip them in half. Now remember, it's like 8 or 10 of us over. And then she'd take that half and she'd rip that in half, right? And then she'd take this other half and she'd rip that in half. And she'd tell you, that's your napkin. Now, she'd put it on your plate, and that's what you had, and that's what you had, that's what you had. And she'd give them all out. Now, you mess around and mess up your napkin and, mess it up if you want to. You wasn't getting no new one. You were not getting a new napkin. It was funny, man. I'm going to tell you something. We used to give up, but you know what? She made the least amount of money of all of us and was in the best financial position. Amazing. Amazing. But that's what, really the whole premise of a penny saved is a penny earned, or a dollar saved is a dollar earned. There's some truth in that. And a lot of old timers who had to live that way, that's how they did it. So you wondering, what is all this stuff on the table, right? So, I shop at Costco's, so I buy stuff in bulk. And so I got all these daggone containers, right? But I use these containers, and in this container are all my quarters, right? And this container is all my dimes, right? All my dimes, right? And this container is all my nickels, right? And this one, pennies, we get so many of them, is all my pennies. And so this is my little sorter. And my sorter here that's the one that has quarters. So I take all my change out of here and I put it in the top and I shake it up and it sorts it. Those are the quarters. These are the nickels. These are the pennies, and then these are the dimes. And what I do is I just deposit them. I open these up, and I take these and I put all the pennies in there, right? Close that back up, and I open this puppy here up. And this here is the nickels. I take all the nickels, I put those in there, I close that back up, right? And then I take this, these are all the dimes, right? Put all those in there, I close that back up, right? We having fun now, right? And then this here is the big money. This is the quarters, right? And I take all of those and I pour them in there. So yeah, well, what do you do with them? Well, what I do is I have a bank account at a bank that has one of those coin machines. And so what I do is I take that coin machine. This is A, B, C. So this is A, B, this is C, and this here is D. There we go. So I'm going to move these out of the way. So what I do is I take all of this money in these little containers, and I do this every 3 months, every quarter, right? So I take these and I put them in the coin machine, and because I'm a member of the bank, they give me the money. It's free. It's a free service. So I take the money from this, the money from these, every quarter, right? My little systematic thing, that might be about $65, $70. And then what I do is I go to a coin shop that I deal with, and I buy some silver, right? I buy silver. These are real pieces of silver, right? So these are my little displays that I use when I do presentations, seminars, workshops. These are my little silver that I have on hand. And so this is American Eagle, and it is pretty cool. It's pretty shiny, right? Kind of cool. The dollar value, it's $1. It's a $1 coin. It's a $1 coin, right? But the value of it, based on today's silver price, is probably, I think it's somewhere around $16. Now, I started buying silver back in 2004 when I got debt free. I started buying silver. At the time, it was $6 to $10 an ounce. So I was buying about 100 ounces every month. And so I started collecting, amassing a lot of silver. Well, silver back in 2010, 2011 got up to $49. Well, I liquidated a few hundred ounces at 48 and some change. And that was a pretty nice little return. Now, here's the beautiful thing about dealing with what we call tangible assets. It's a tax-free commodity. You can buy this at $16, cash it in for $20, $30, $40, and you pay no taxes on this, right? So I love little opportunities, or I love using techniques where I can avoid paying, income taxes, right? Because after all, I didn't work to earn this money. This was an investment. So why am I paying income taxes on money on a transaction that I didn't, it's not really, it shouldn't be taxed. Anyway, when you're dealing in precious metals, it's a tax-free exchange. So this here is a nice little bar, and this bar is a 1 ounce bar, the same as the coin. This here is a preserved 1 ounce bar or coin, right? Again, it's $1. I could take this to the store and buy a soda with it, but really what I would have done is I would have given them $15 or $16, right? Because it's silver. It's 100% silver. 9.99, I should say. This here is a 10 ounce bar of silver, right? It's a 10 ounce bar of silver, right? And so I don't know if you can see that, but it says on it 10 ounces, 9.999 pure, 10 ounces of silver. And so this is what I began to do as a means of collecting, you know, coins, and my interest in what is called numismatic coins. Numismatic meaning that you collect the coin. The coin has a collector's value to it, right? The other stuff is really just silver. And so what I did was I learned from a young Asian kid who told me how to buy these directly from the U.S. Mint. If you look at that, it's from the U.S. Mint, right? And so he taught me a technique and strategy as to how to buy which coins, right, from the U.S. Mint, and within 90 days they would double and triple in value. And so my first collectible set that I bought was, I bought 10 because they were rare, and so they only allowed me to each individual to purchase only a set number. So I purchased the maximum, which was 10. They were $100 each, and sure enough, 2 to 3 months later, they went up in value to $290 some dollars. So what did I do? He told me to get 20, so I purchased 10 based on my address, and I had a family member. I gave them the $1,000, and they purchased 10. And one box I opened because I wanted to see them. They were pretty, right? And I was new at this, so I wanted to see how this worked. And the other box I didn't open. He instructed me to not open it, right? So you say, well, why not open it? Because the reason was because it was in its true original packaging from the post office. And so but you hold on to your receipt and everything from the U.S. Mint. So I went to one of the trade shows that they have. You see the coin folks with the baseball, the trading cards, and different other collectibles in the middle of malls and at swap meets and stuff. And the collector gave me the value at the time of the 10 that were in the box plus about 25% because it was unopened. So I made enough money to pay for the purchase of both sets. Pardon me, both sets of 10, and I made a profit. So what did I do with the profit? Went back and bought more, right? And so that's what you do. You take every opportunity and you hold on.